Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. It's time to continue the War Thunder Tips series with a simple video about ammo on ground vehicles. Now, one of the things that is worth saying is if there is anything specific that you want covered when it comes to this series, which is kind of like a beginner's quick tutorial series, make sure to stick it in the comments so I can make videos about them. Usually I get these ideas when people are asking me questions when it comes to stream, and also when it just comes to general comments from YouTube, so then I know how to kind of fill in the blanks for general people. So today we're talking about amounts of ammo for specifically ground vehicles, because this does change for aviation and also naval vehicles. Now, each vehicle in ground has a maximum amount of ammo that it can take on the vehicle itself. You can see here in the Tiger II-H with its 88mm, it says right here that it can take 70 rounds of ammunition for its main gun. Now, one thing that you may not know is each round is individually modeled in the game. So if you take 70 rounds, this is what it's going to look like. But if you take less than 70 rounds, so let's say I take 20 rounds, which is generally what I take when it comes to the game, there'll be a lot of it which will not be filled with ammo. So if we have a look at X-ray here, which if you press O, you can see that there's only ammo in the back of the turret instead of anywhere else. So it isn't filled on the sides, it isn't filled anywhere else. And this means that this ammo cannot be shot, and the ammo on the sides, because it doesn't exist. And there is also one in the chamber. So, you can see I've also carried, 22 rounds, which still only fills the first stage. But once you fire a shell, if you have a look at the ones on the back of the turret, you can see that what ends up happening is it actually fills another shell from the back of the turret and pretty much nowhere else. You can see there that it removed 2 shells, because of course it's bugged, because they always are, once loaded, 2 shells after each other. But the idea is exactly the same, right? So if you fire a shell, then that shell disappears from the damage model, therefore it cannot be hit, and therefore you cannot be shot. Now, the only other thing to kind of put into this is, of course, the first stage ammo storage system. So on a Tiger II or on many other vehicles, they have a first stage ammo storage, you can see here, and it consists of 22 pieces. Now, you will see that each vehicle has a reload rate, 8.6 seconds right now for my Tiger II. Because it's a manually loaded vehicle, that means that the weapon reloading skill actually feeds into it, so it can get lower to 7.5 seconds if I actually ace the crew. But this is the reload for the first stage ammo storage. So once the first stage ammo storage is out, and if you decide to fire again and you have extra ammo in these sides here, before the loader has put it into the first stage, then it will take you longer to load the vehicle. Now, this is different for certain vehicles, such as autoloaders. For example, France has a lot of autoloaders in its mid-tier, such as the Surbassé, where it has a standard reload of 6 seconds, and this cannot be changed by crew skills, but also it has a first stage ammo storage of a mechanized ammo rack of 19 pieces. So once you get through these 19 pieces, you have to wait for pieces of ammo to be put into this mechanism in order to fire again. So it will not reload the gun, even with a longer reload. It will just have to wait until at least there's one piece of ammo that's put in here so it can load it in the gun. So on autoloaders, it's incredibly important to remember how many shells you're actually shooting, and also to check on the X-ray when you're in game, which you get by pressing O on the keyboard or other keybinds depending on what you've set up. The only other thing to keep into mind when looking at stuff like this is on very modern vehicles, you have quite small ammo racks, which are first stage. You can see here the Leopard 2A6 is 15 pieces, right? Now this ammo rack here, which has 15 pieces, actually has a blowout panel on it. This means that if this gets hit, it is actually able, and just it, and you don't pierce this wall too, this ammo can actually explode and not destroy the vehicle. Instead, it cooks off, and then if you have any additional ammo in the vehicle, you are able to kind of survive. Now, the problem with this is if you decide to take more than 15 pieces, then this is the area where the ammo goes in. And once again, the loader, if you use the 15, has to either get ammo from here or move it to the top of the vehicle. But usually what you'll find with a lot of players at high tiers, they'll take like 16 rounds. So they will fill the first stage ammo stowage and then take 1 round for the breach, and that's it. So the main point of the video is when it comes to ammo, it's individually modeled in the game. The less you take, the less that's in the damage model, so the more survivable that you are, less chance of ammo detonation. But on every vehicle, there is a first stage ammo stowage, which is the area that the loader first takes shots from, so you should know where that is on every vehicle, so you can end up actually firing at that area to ammo detonate, or at the same time to be able to take out what's in front of you. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. I'd just like to thank Brendan Quinn, Vilneus, Character Fuel, Juan the Panda, Carrion Crow, Gus Irenicus, Pyman, Merciless Reaper, Orange Tail, Teddy, Daniel Stanton, Moxie, B. Young, Bareen, Peter Grayling, Alan Hacker, Sem Alslan, Uncle Bean, and Derek R., and also Lafouche for supporting the channel.